Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I thought I'd jump on quickly and tell you about a new business venture that I aim to start early part of next year, probably around the March time. The whole reason being is obviously going into summer is not a bad time to launch a new business. People are out and about. It's a bit of a feel-good factor and pretty much not a bad time, I would think, to start a new business venture up. Now, this new business venture I'll tell you about briefly. It's been in the back of my mind now for quite a few years. I've done a lot of the groundwork. I've already got the business cards printed up. I've got the website. It's not actually been built yet, but the website is going to be live very soon once I get a web designer to get on there and get it all designed and ready to go. We set up some social media accounts some years ago, not to start trading or anything, but just to start building a little bit of, a client base and some interest. We set up an Instagram account, we set up a Facebook account, and obviously we've got the website. And then I've got a separate Facebook account that I manage or own, and that will be linked to it as well. Now, the business is going to be about selling prestige watches. I'm a massive watch collector. It's been a very big passion of mine for many years. And I think it's time now that I sort of dip my toe in actually trading or doing a few of these watches. Now, the idea behind it is we will be web-based. We haven't got the full SP of how the whole business is going to work yet. We're going to have one or two people working for the business in the UK. It's going to be UK based. It will be set up as a limited company in the UK. Taxes will be paid in the UK, and obviously the balance taxes will be paid in Spain. Now, my aim is not really to take an awful lot out of the business. My aim is to reinvest any profits that we get from it back into the business to build up stock to, the rest is history, isn't it? If you don't get too greedy with take-ins, then the business has got time to sort of flourish, if you like, to take off, and we can reinvest the profits, any profits that we get, back into the business. Obviously, staff will need to be paid, but that's a different subject. But for me as a director, I will not be taking hardly any money out of the business at all. So the idea is it will be a web-based business. So we will have a website. You can click on the watches. You'll be able to send the watches to us. They will be insured and tracked, and we can then sell them on people's behalf. We can buy them outright directly from the people. And that will keep the overheads down quite a bit. Now, if you've got a couple of mobile phones and you've got a web address and you've got a PO box or a safe place that parcels can be delivered to, then it's not too bad. I mean, what's the overheads going to be there? A couple of £100 a month, something like that. So for a business to be launched, it's not that bad. Now, obviously, where I've done a lot of the background work and the social media work, we was just putting watches up out of interest and stuff. And I had a few people phone me and say, "Oh, can you help me sell my watch?" So I advertised their watch. If we got any inquiries about it, I just connected them up. We didn't take anything for it. It was just basically building a bit of a foundation so that when we do launch the business, you hit the ground running. If you set up, your Instagram, your Facebook and any other accounts, forms of advertising and stuff, on the day of your launch, you're going to spend ages and ages trying to build it up. Whereas I've been working fairly solidly on a couple of the social media sites to build this over the last few years. But like I say, it's all coming to fruition now, and hopefully when we launch it, we'll be able to hit the ground running and we can start getting some, if you're putting it out on a social media post, you've only got 10 followers, you're only going to advertise your product to 10 people. If you've got, one of the sites that I manage or own has got nearly 10,000. So it's a good start to kick us off. So we're going to be web-based. We'll be able to either send a watch or it will be delivered. Obviously, prepayment obviously will be required. It will be all online, so you'll be able to buy everything online. You'll be able to bank transfers to the account safely. We'll be able to hopefully take card payments as well. Obviously, for the cheaper watches that we're not breaching any terms and conditions of the HMRC and money laundering. If we've got, I don't know, an Omega, a vintage Omega for argument's sake, for 300 quid, you can maybe we can arrange to meet up and we can take that in cash if you prefer to pay by cash. But any larger watches, more expensive watches, we're sort of hopefully be able to do it all by bank transfer or debit or credit card. So that's going to be the plan. I'll tell you another time about the actual web name and our company name closer to the time. But I just thought I'd jump on quickly and tell you a little bit about a future plan that I've got. I'm also going to include my son in this business as well. So hopefully that will give him a little bit of taste of self-employment. And eventually long term, hopefully, when Carter gets a little bit older as well, hopefully he could go into the business. If it's a thriving business, then I could take a step back and then just basically he can come into it. So it'll be a ready-made business for him should he want to enter into that field of work. So yeah, we've got to get our act together. It's going to be taking a little bit of investment. That's where the delay is at the moment, because I've had an awful lot of bills recently, so I've not been able to put too much money away. But hopefully I've got a property that's selling. I'm going to keep a certain chunk of the proceeds of that back, and that will be the start of the new business. We've also got a partner that we will be going into with the watches. He's actually got quite a few watches for sale as well, so they'll be available on both websites, and it just makes it a little bit of a bigger selection for us. We're going to be managing, Rolex. We're going to be selling Pateks, hopefully. We're going to be selling APs, Richard Mille, maybe. I mean, depending, there'll probably be sale or returns, because they tie up an awful lot of stock money if you're going to just sit there with it for a while, because they're a very expensive watch. FP Journe, Hublot, Cartier, that type of watch is what we're looking to. Tudors, Omega, those types of watches. Tudor's a fantastic watch brand, by the way. It's owned and made by Rolex, pretty much, and for a fraction of the price. So if you're ever looking to get a very, very high-end watch that's a fraction of the price of a real Rolex, then they're the companies and the watches to be looking at, Tudor. But I would only suggest really that you buy them second-hand, because they do take an awful lot of a dip once you buy a Tudor in most cases. There's a few of them that go up, but they're very, very rare. So yeah, that's it, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Obviously, I'll probably set up a separate YouTube channel to display the watches, because I don't want to bog people down on this channel with watch content all the time. And, maybe at the time we'll just set up a YouTube channel dedicated just for the watches. Possibly get some guests on, watch people, because I know a few people that follow my channel are from the watch community, because obviously I started off the channel when I used to be on Paul Forbes' channel, which was solely a watch trading or watch channel a few years ago, before Paul pivoted over to political stuff. So yeah, just give us a thumbs up. Let me know what you think. Obviously, I haven't launched it recently because obviously there's been a bit of uncertain times and watches have taken a bit of a dip. They've stabilized a little bit now, possibly even climbing a little now. Obviously, we've got Rolex, their price increases generally in January, and I am expecting quite a large increase on gold pieces due to the fact that gold has gone up sort of in the last year, sort of 50% or 47% or whatever it is now. So Rolex have got to have an increase in prices just because the raw materials that they're using has gone up so much. But yeah, we're going to be stocking all those guys, and I will keep you posted on how that progresses, and hopefully you guys can follow it and see how we go. And if obviously you want to watch in the future, you know where to come. Speak to you soon, guys. Have a good week.